So guys, with Star Wars Hunters Season 2 being out, it does mean that there are actually some patch notes and an overall blog of the new content. So in today's video, I'll be going over all of them for you. But before I do get into it, make sure you are subscribed to the channel to stay fully up to date with all things Star Wars Hunters. But jumping right into it, Season 2 is called Empire Resurgent. It's very Imperial themed. We have Chaos here as a new hunter, and a whole wave of Imperial themed cosmetics. So this is Chaos, the KX droid, which is awesome. She's really fun to play as. I've played one game of her so far as of me recording this video, which that video actually releases tomorrow. But she's really cool. She's got like an Imperial riot shield just cut in half, attached as arms, which is really cool. Cannot wait to play more as her, and her cosmetics are just insane. Like this one up here is Emperor themed, and it's just really nice. So the new hunter for Season 2 is Chaos. Whether this means we will 100% get a new hunter every single season, I don't know. Hopefully we can though, because obviously it would mean we'd get a hunter every 8 weeks, which I'd be really happy with, honestly. There are then a bunch of balancing updates, but I'll go over that in a little bit. The brand new map is Vader's Castle, which is so much fun. I've played 2 games on it so far as of me recording, but I absolutely love it. It seems great for trophy chase because the spawn zones are like outside of the castle and you have to like jump into the area, which means you cannot return to spawn at all. So trophy chase should be a lot better, which is great to see. And in terms of cosmetics, there are so many, like it's crazy. 82 new costumes and weapon wraps, 40 new avatars, 70 stickers, and 53 victory poses. Like 327 overall new pieces of cosmetics, which is just insane. Some of them, of course, will be through the Arena Pass, many others through the in-game store, as well as events and other things. So I'm a big fan. They're pretty much all Imperial themed as well, which I love. This one for Reeve in particular is insane. This is a Darth Vader skin for her, which is essentially just Reeve in Vader's armor apart from the top helmet, which means that you can actually see Reeve overall, which is good to see, and her hair is kind of like Vader's helmet, so I'm really enjoying this skin. They have added some new controller layouts, which means that you can play with like 3 or 4 fingers if you wish as well. There's not full customization, but it is definitely good to see that. They have also moved the location of the hunter path, which I'm not sure where that is because I don't have access to that since I have all of the hunters. You can also now view all of the cosmetics in the game as well via the actual hunter customization section. If they're in the store, it will tell you that they're in the store. If they're nowhere to be seen, it will say unavailable, but no doubt they will all come back at some point. You can now also tier skip the Arena Pass if you want to as well. It's 125 crystals per tier skip, which is pretty normal in terms of what other games do. So that is an option if you ever need it. They have also removed the daily login calendar, which I'm a bit sad about because I actually quite liked that. I know a lot of people actually didn't though, interestingly, so that's not too bad though. That is gone, and instead there is now an events tab in the shop which has so many skins for credits, which is great to see. And now there are more devices available to play the game on. The Galaxy A15 and the Galaxy A15 5G smartphones are now supported, so support for this game will naturally be coming to more phones as the time goes on. So if you still can't play at the moment, rest assured it will become available at some stage. So that's pretty much like all of the new content itself. Naturally though, we do have a new ranked mode, event shop, and events and whatnot. So the events tab is there for you to be able to spend credits on. So credits naturally a lot of the time come from events, which means that you can use those credits earned from events in the event shop. That's why it's so named. And it has a bunch of costumes, weapon wraps, stickers, avatars, the whole lot, which I'm a big fan of. And it's definitely going to take me a while, I think, to be able to unlock all of them. So there's definitely plenty to grind for me, which I'm really happy about. Midway through the season, at some point, there will be the Power Paradox event, which is the clash event between Chaos and Groz. Obviously, they're like sort of main rivals. So I'm excited to see that. That'll be how it was with Aaron and Amara Vex in the last season. But the rewards will come with an epic costume for Chaos and a weapon wrap, so I'm definitely keen to see which one that will be. And there's also going to be a few other events, one called A Growing Empire, which is a multi-part event including Sentinel and Chaos, as they're obviously a bit of a friendship there because they are both Imperial. So that's definitely going to be interesting to see. But finally, for the balancing, on paper there's been a lot of good changes. I've not played enough to be able to really test them. But Amara Vex's weapon damage has gone from 12 to 13, so I think that'll just make her a little bit more viable. It's obviously not a crazy big change, but I think it might just help. Sentinel has been nerfed quite a bit, which I'm quite pleased with, especially with his suppressing shot. So at max level, it's now gone from a 2.7 second duration, like on the floor knockdown, to 2.3. So it's half a second less time on the floor, which may not necessarily sound like a lot, but it might actually feel like quite a bit. The heat consumption has gone from 15 to 20 as well. So whether that's like a percentage thing, I don't really know, but the overheat for that has gone up, which is going to also be pretty useful, I think. And that is at level 5 to 6, so again, that top end. Combat shield health has gone down by 25 on each sort of tier as well, so at max it's gone from 325 to 300. So they are all of the Sentinel nerfs in this. Like I said, it's mostly to do with his suppressing shot, so I'm keen to see how this changes things. Arantul has been buffed, which I'm so happy about. His weapon damage has gone from 10 to 12, but also less weapon spread and less weapon recoil. They were definitely the three biggest problems for me with Aaron. I think this means he's going to be a lot more viable now, which I'm really excited to see, because I felt like his abilities were pretty good and he was fun. I just feel like he didn't do enough damage, so I'm definitely keen to see how he plays now. Slingshot's also been nerfed a little bit. Like Sentinel, his shield has gone down by 25 health at each tier, so instead of being maxed at 350, it's now 325, and then his unstable shield explosion damage has gone down from 60 to 50. I never really had a massive issue with his unstable shield explosion, to be honest, but yeah, I know a lot of people found Slingshot was pretty overpowered, potentially because of his shield. I don't really know too much. I didn't play Slingshot a huge amount last season, but I think it is good to see that regardless. Scorer has also been nerfed a bit as well, which I definitely think is a good thing. I know a lot of people might disagree, but I felt like her and Sentinel were pretty powerful in the last season. So her unstable cocktail ultimate, instead of dealing 20 health and damage, it now goes to 15. So it's a pretty big 25% cut there. And then instead of having 12 shots in her ammo, it is now 10 before reloading. So her healing and damage stays the same, but she just can't do it for as long, which is probably a good thing rather than just nerfing her overall damage. So I definitely think that's good to see. And the final two with Groz, when he uses his Warcry, he's now actually got a pretty big damage reduction. So from level 1, at default, it's now a 35% damage reduction, which is 10% higher than what it was at level 6 beforehand, which is pretty mental. But now at level 6, as you can see, it is at 50% instead of 25%. So huge increases to his overall damage reduction, which, especially whilst using Warcry, I think is definitely a good thing to see. I felt like a lot of the time with Groz, I was using Warcry, but then just almost needing to use it again because I was getting absolutely hammered. So I'm happy with that. I'm keen to see how that changes him. And then for Sprocket, his acceleration speed has increased. So Sprocket's passive, I think, is when he gets to low health, he'll increase in speed. Or that's Amara, I actually can't remember now, but at some point, whether that's just when he's low health or uses an ability, he gains speed. So it's not his actual overall movement speed increases, it's just the time it takes to reach that maximum speed is increased. So they are all of the changes and all of the content you can look forward to in Season 2. Zynga have also posted this graphic as well on their social media, so a lot of stuff to unlock in the Arena Pass, Vader's Castle, new ranked season of course, Imperial theme stuff, a lot of new limited time events, and lots of content to play and earn. So the new season has started, and I believe it ends on the 26th of September. So again, it's another 8-week season. So in actuality, it's not really a huge amount of time. Season 1 I felt flew by. The fact that we're now on the 2nd of August as of me recording this is crazy. But there is a lot to look forward to this season. That is going to be it from me today though. Thank you all very much for watching, and may the force be with you always.